Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Winter of Anime 2022 review for you guys. And well, we are here with another highly anticipated anime, one of my personal favorites that I recently got into a few months ago, and that is Teasing Master Takagi-san. Now, obviously you're watching this episode review because you've watched it, but if you're new to this series and you haven't watched it, well, essentially a premise of this entire story is this guy named Nishikata and this girl named Takagi. They're in school, and essentially the girl Takagi continues to tease him throughout the entire episodes of season 1 and 2. And in season 2, near the tail end, we kind of get a development going on between the two characters to where they essentially are, well, I guess you could say, falling in love with each other. Other than that, the basic premise of the show is the girl is teasing him. Takagi is teasing him because she likes Nishikata a lot, and yeah. But anyways, that's it. Go check out the first 2 seasons. I will act in a few minutes right now. I'll actually talk about how you can see season 3, episode 1 now, because this series has got a lot of different licenses. Anyways, season 3, episode 1. Before we talk about it, obviously you're wondering, okay, how are you able to see this? Because I can't find it. It's not on Crunchyroll. It's not on Funimation. Where is it? If you didn't know, let's just say Teasing Master Takagi-san went through its 3rd licensing, right? And if you remember, it was on Funimation for season 1. Then it transferred over to Netflix. Now it's got its 3rd licensing, right? And it is from HI Dive. So if you want to see season 3 content, you have to get an HI Dive account. I do have an HI Dive account, a Sentai account, to see it, and stuff like that. But that's how you're going to watch this series, this episode, season 3. And the crazy part is, just thinking about this, there's going to be 3 different dubs of this series. You got the Funimation dub, you got the Netflix dub, and now you got the freaking HI Dive / Sentai dub. Now, in terms of the dub, I don't know when it's going to come out, but the one thing I will hope for is maybe HI Dive maybe brings back the Funimation cast who did Teasing Master Takagi-san season 1, because there has been animes in the past that got licensed to other studios, like a Netflix. HI Dive or Sentai gets the rights to them, and if they were originally had like a season 1 on Funimation, Sentai usually freaking brings the Funimation voice actors back, and they not only dub the season that they dub, they even go back and dub the previous season. So hopefully, maybe Sentai gets the dubbing rights to season 2 as well, or they get the rights to season 2, and maybe for the season 3 dub, maybe they bring back the Funimation voice actors that originally were doing their lines. Nothing wrong with the voice actors who did in the Netflix dub. I thought they did well with it was, but when I watched the dub for season 1 and then went to season 2, it was kind of weird, because it's like, why? I don't even didn't know why Funimation just didn't pick up season 2. But hey, it's under a 3rd different licensing, so like I said, the only way you can watch season 3 of Teasing Master Takagi-san is on HI Dive, and you need an HI Dive account, I believe, to watch it. I don't know about that, but I think you do need an HI Dive account to watch it. But other than that, I'm guessing unless you don't want to shell out money, which I think an HI Dive account only costs like $5. It's not bad for a subscription every month, but it is what it is. So it's up to what you want to do and stuff like that. So yeah, it's your money, not mine. So I'm not gonna tell you. But anyways, we're back with Teasing Master Takagi-san. This episode was very nice, very sweet, very adorable, very fun. This is the one thing I love about this series. It's very cute, adorable, and very, I would say, very romantic show. It's just two kids essentially in their preteen / teenage years, just understanding, real love and getting to understand each other's feelings and stuff like that. And season 2 left off on a kind of somewhat of a cliffhanger of where the relationship looked to seem like it was maybe potentially going to go in the next step, where it's like, okay, these characters clearly probably can tell that they might actually like each other. Now we already know at this point Takagi is definitely in love with Nishikata. As for Nishikata, he's just understanding those feelings now with the fact that he likes her and the whole thing of holding her hand and everything and stuff like that. I thought that was all sweet. So anyways, the episode starts off, well, in a dream sequence, funny enough as is, and it's just Nishikata going through all these dream sequences, just getting teased by Takagi. And essentially all leads kind of back to the whole thing of him wanting to hold Takagi's hand and everything. And he's going through a whole bunch of different avenues and routes in this crazy weird dream, where he's trying to hold her hand. It's like, oh, in one way she's a freaking she's a freaking cowboy and she's shooting like bang and stuff like that, or she's a freaking cow. That killed me when he picked up the tail and she was like, moo. I'm like, what the fudge? This man was tripping out. It's like he was on acid or something like that. But it also eventually goes back to the time back at the little cultural festival they went to, where that's when they first technically, when he said, please let me hold your hand because I don't want to lose you and everything. That was all funny and everything, and he eventually wakes up and he's like, oh shit, that was a dream. I was like, this had to be a dream because this was wild as hell. And stuff like that, which this dream goes to show you that he clearly is infatuated with Takagi and he wants to hold her hand because he's starting to get into that area of his life where, okay, he's developing the feelings are developing. It's not there yet. He clearly is aware of those feelings. It's just he doesn't know how to express those feelings. And stuff like that. So that's the thing there. So that was very funny, much left anything. Anyways, he wakes up, he meets up with Takagi, and they're just kind of walking. She teases him, and it was the whole thing of the fact that he eventually blurts out like, I was dreaming about you, and she was like, wait, you were dreaming about me? Oh wow. Listen, I think every guy who's had a crush on a girl, at least at some point, you had to have dreamt about your crush and whatever fantasy you were dreaming them about, and stuff like that. I loved how Takagi's like, so you dreamed about me? Was it a dirty dream? And he was like, no. But anyways, this whole teasing session in this part of this and this part of that the episode was the fact that Nishikata was trying to find out why is Takagi called him over to hang out a bit. And stuff like that. Now, he eventually deduces the fact that, oh, you're here just to tease me. And she's like, well, you're half right. But we all know that the reason why Takagi called him over is because she wanted to see him, and stuff like that, which is very sweet and very adorable, and stuff like that. Listen, it's a cute girl just expressing her feelings and trying to just be like, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You know why I'm here and why I'm hanging out with you. It's just Nishikata's kind of oblivious, and he's kind of, I guess you can say, in some cases he's oblivious, and in other cases he knows something, because he even says in this whole thing, like, did she do this because she wanted to see me? And Tagaga's like, wait, did you find out what it was? And he's like, no, I didn't, and stuff like that. But we know that it's because Takagi wanted to see him. And then the interesting thing is she says, like, I hope I have a dream with Nishikata in it. So we get a kind of also a side plot. Oh, and I forgot, in Takage's dream, and no, not Takage's dream, in Nishikata's dream, he has this whole thing of trying to hold hands with, obviously, with Takagi, but his friends who are dudes are like, I'm freaking Takagi. I'm Takagi. I'm like, what the hell? Speaking of those friends, those guys are just messing around, and it all ends up to one of his friends saying, "We're worthless, aren't we?" And they essentially said, we do cut over to those trio of girls. They're talking about their tans and everything, and how if they stay in the sun too long, the ones with the glasses, was saying we're gonna get wrinkles and we're gonna end up all like old grandmas together and stuff like that. That trio is pretty funny. I will say, when we cut over to Nishikata and the trio of girls, it does, give us another element of what's going on in those world and everything. It is funny. I do like their entertainment value. I will say this. So yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious. And then the last bit of the episode was the fact that, well, I guess you can say freaking it was covering Takage's dream. And it was honest to God, I guess you can say a damn near vision or premonition. And essentially it was like they wake up, he has something to Nishikata has like this Jack in the Box that he says it's a Jurassic in the box or something like that, and she's like, it's a dinosaur in there, and everything. And he's like, how'd you know? He's like, simple, because Jurassic refers to dinosaurs. He eventually ends up opening the box, and all of a sudden, she's shocked by it. These huge fireworks all over the place and everything, and she's just in awe of this. And I'm like, okay, something's going on, because there's no way you open a box and freaking fireworks. And at some point, I was about to get lost in this episode. I was like, okay, how in the hell am I going to talk about this on my review? Just, she opens a box of fireworks coming out of nowhere. What is this, fantasy? But no, we find out it's Takage's dream, and she got her wish, like she said earlier in the episode. She wanted to dream about Nishikata. You get to the point where they get to like these cherry blossom trees, and she holds out her hand, and he starts to grab his hand, and she's dreaming of Nishikata, essentially saying, I like you, Takagi, or I love you, Takagi. And eventually she wakes up. She just kind of, I guess you can say, has that moment where, like everybody else, if they had a very good dream, they just get up, they're like, man, that was a good dream. And she's just like, I really wish he would say that to me in real life, not in just some dream, which we know that she clearly is in love with him, and she wants him to eventually admit it. I think we're going to get that eventually. It's going to be a sweet, nice moment. And the episode essentially ends off with, and then what I meant by she might have had a premonition is the fact that they go back to school. It's their first day back in school after summer break, and on the way there, he literally has the same Jack in the Box, or Jurassic in the box, and Takaga's like, there's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur in it. And he's like, oh my goodness. And he sees the head, and the head pops out and everything. He's like, how'd you know? And obviously Takaga's like, well, I just made a guess, and everything. So that's why I said it's a premonition or a vision, because those are things like, oh, you can somewhat see into the future. So her dream essentially told her what the heck's going on and everything. And essentially, Takaga's like, well, at least I won't have to admit that I lose in real life like I did in my dream. And Nishikata's like, wait, what are you talking about? And yeah, and that's where the episode ends off. I enjoyed this episode. Very fun, very enjoyable, very cute. Listen, what else can I talk about the banter between Takagi and Nishikata? It's sweet, adorable, cute, and hilarious. This is one of the animes that I actually die out and full out laughter because of how funny the comedy is. But other than that, that's kind of it. I do know this anime, this series is getting a movie too. So I'm definitely looking forward to the movie. But yeah, but other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day and next in this video. Until then, guys, if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section, what are your thoughts on Teasing Master Takagi-san Season 3, your hype levels for the movie, and have you watched Season 1 and 2? And stuff like that, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Winter of Anime 2022 anime reviews, as well as more of Teasing Master Takagi-san Season 3 episode reviews. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. See you guys in the next video. Peace.